Serene Russell shares unseen moments of meeting love Brendan Morais. May 1, 2025. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel Bachelor Nation News fans. Bachelor alum Serene Russell recently went public with her relationship with fellow alum Brendan Morais. Since then, the two have been more open about their time together. Now, she is sharing unseen moments from the first time she met her new love. Keep reading to get all the details. Serene Russell reveals moment she met Brendan Morais. Bachelor alums Serene Russell and Brendan Morais are the newest couple in Bachelor Nation to be in love. They went public with their relationship last month, and fans went nuts. There was a ton of speculation that they were together, but nothing was confirmed for quite some time. Now that it's out in the open, she's sharing even more, including how they met. Serene went to TikTok to share a video from an event she attended in October of last year. The video showed her at the event along with Susie Evans. It also shows Brendan there with other Bachelor alums. Across the video, she says, "You're telling me that if I didn't fly to LA for one night to go to an Us Weekly event, I never do that, I wouldn't have met him? It sounds like it was fate for these two to meet." Everyone on social media has been doing their butterfly effect stories, and Serene got in on the action. Now, fans finally know how and where these lovebirds met. In previous posts, it sounded at times as though perhaps these two were moving in together. However, Serene clarified on her Instagram stories that she lives in Oklahoma City while Brendan lives in Los Angeles. So far, they have not made plans to live together. Their time on The Bachelor franchise. As for Serene Russell, she first appeared on The Bachelor during season 26. She then went on to try to find love once again on Bachelor in Paradise. She did, and she got engaged to Brandon Jones on the finale. They seemed to be very serious and even moved in together. However, their relationship took an ugly turn when he was caught cheating. They broke up, and she seemed to remain off the radar for quite some time. As for Brendan Morais, he first made an appearance during season 16 of The Bachelorette. When things didn't work out for him there, he also chose to join Bachelor in Paradise. However, his time there was heavily criticized. Many believed that he and Pieper James came to Paradise already seeing each other. Plus, they were convinced they were clout chasing. Fans also felt he led some of the ladies on while waiting for Pieper to step onto the beach. Things didn't end well for them, and both ended up going home together. At the time, they took a lot of heat from Bachelor Nation and lost tons of followers. They continued to date on and off for quite some time. Now, he and Serene have found each other, and they both look incredibly happy. What do you think about the way Serene met Brendan? Stay tuned for more updates on all your Bachelor Nation favorites. Serene Russell shares unseen moments of meeting love Brendan Morais, what we didn't see on screen. Chapter 1. The Unexpected Beginning. Nobody saw it coming, not even Bachelor Nation's most devoted fans. When Bachelor in Paradise alum Serene Russell, known for her poised demeanor and picture-perfect romance with Brandon Jones, resurfaced in the spotlight recently, no one expected this twist. She's finally speaking out about the moments we never saw, the real story of how she met Brendan Morais. Yes, Brendan Morais. The heartthrob who famously stirred controversy with Pieper James, exited Paradise early and disappeared from the spotlight, only to reappear in the most unexpected way, as Serene's new love interest. "I think people are going to be shocked," Serene teased in a candid interview on a late-night podcast appearance. "There's a whole side to this story that nobody knows, and honestly, I'm ready to share it." Chapter 2. A DM, a DLA, and a Destiny. According to Serene, the story didn't begin with a rose ceremony. It began with a direct message. "I had just moved back to Oklahoma City to be closer to family," Serene began, recalling a quiet Sunday afternoon, wine in hand, scrolling through Instagram DMs like most of us would. And there it was, a message from Brendan. Brendan's message was simple: You looked absolutely radiant on Paradise. Hope life's treating you well. It wasn't flirty, Serene admitted. It was sweet, respectful, unexpected. At the time, Serene didn't respond. In fact, she ignored it completely because she was still healing. After the heartbreaking split from Brandon Jones, Serene had promised herself not to fall back into the Bachelor web again. But the universe had other plans. It was weeks later when I randomly ran into him. In real life, she laughed, at a wellness retreat in Sedona, of all places. Yes, they met in person before even talking online. The DM, forgotten. Their first interaction, completely unscripted. And from that moment, nothing about their connection was ordinary. Chapter 3. The retreat that changed everything. Serene wasn't at the Sedona retreat for romance. She had booked it for healing and grounding, desperate to disconnect from the noise of Bachelor Nation and find inner peace. I'd been crying for months. I felt like I'd let people down, like I had failed, she shared. But during a meditation session on the second day, she noticed a familiar face entering the space late. I was like, there's no way. I thought I was hallucinating, but it was Brendan. Brendan didn't recognize her at first. She was in sweats, no makeup, hair tied back. But when they locked eyes, something shifted. It was this spark, not cheesy, not forced, just instant familiarity. Over the course of 5 days, they kept bumping into each other. At first, just polite nods. Then short conversations about smoothies and mindfulness. Then, an actual connection. We talked for hours on a trail hike, Serene revealed. No cameras, no producers, no mix. Just us. She paused. It was the first time I felt seen since everything fell apart. Chapter 4. The Secret de Dias in Los Angeles. After the retreat, they exchanged numbers. Brendan flew back to Boston. Serene returned to Oklahoma. But within days, texts turned to late-night calls. Calls turned to FaceTimes. And then Brendan booked a flight to Los Angeles, where Serene happened to be for a modeling gig. I didn't tell a soul, she admitted, not even my best friend. Their first official date, a taco truck in Silver Lake, followed by a walk through Griffith Park at midnight. We were like teenagers, Serene laughed. He brought me a flower, like actually picked it from someone's garden. It was ridiculous. That night, they kissed for the first time. And according to Serene, it was like all the broken pieces of my heart just clicked back together. But despite the growing bond, they agreed to keep it private. No soft launches, no teasing captions, no tagged posts. We were determined to protect it. And that's exactly what they did. Chapter 5e. The basic they knew would come. For months, they dated in secret. Serene flew to Boston. Brendan came to Oklahoma. Sometimes they met in Denver or Dallas, but everywhere they went, they stayed low-key. We wore hats, hoodies, ate in the car. It wasn't glamorous, but it was ours. Eventually, word leaked. One grainy photo of them holding hands at Lax hit a Reddit thread. The Bachelor fandom exploded with opinions, judgment, and conspiracy theories. Some people were brutal, Serene confessed. I got messages saying I was betraying the franchise or that I downgraded from Brandon. Brendan, still infamous for his Paradise controversy, faced worse. He didn't defend himself publicly, Serene said. He just said, I don't care what they think. I care what you think. Still, the backlash stung. Even friends from the franchise distanced themselves, according to Serene. But instead of pulling them apart, the chaos only brought them closer. Chapter 6. Unseen Moments. Undeniable LOV. Now, for the first time, Serene is opening her photo album to share the unseen moments of her relationship with Brendan. Photos, she says, prove it was real from the beginning. One shows the two at that Sedona retreat, wrapped in blankets, drinking tea. Another, a blurry selfie in a Boston snowstorm, Serene wearing Brendan's jacket. There's one of Brendan sketching her as she reads a book. He's surprisingly good, she said. And another of their feet intertwined on a hammock in Costa Rica. But the photo that made Serene tear up? A handwritten note Brendan gave her just before she met his parents for the first time. It read, "I never thought I'd be brave enough to try again, but with you it's not scary, it's home." Serene said she keeps that note in her wallet. Chapter CVN. The future they never expected. Today, Serene and Brendan are officially public. They made their soft launch on Valentine's Day with a single black and white photo. No tags, no captions, just two hands intertwined. Now they're living in New York City together, sharing a quiet apartment filled with plants, books, and no Bachelor memorabilia. "We're not trying to be the next influencer couple," Serene emphasized. "We just want to be us." She recently turned down a chance to return to Bachelor in Paradise. Brendan's turned down 3 reality TV offers. "We're done performing," he added in a rare joint interview. "We just want a real life." "Are there wedding bells in the future?" Serene smiled. "Let's just say, we've looked at rings." Chapter 8. Why she's telling this now. So why is Serene opening up now? "I wanted to wait until it felt sacred enough to share," she said. "This wasn't about clout or redemption. This was about falling in love the way normal people do." Still, she admits it's been a surreal experience, especially as someone who once had her engagement televised and then heartbreak dissected on podcasts. To find love without the lights, without the pressure, it made all the difference. She paused. "And I want people to know Brendan's not the villain they remember. He's the man who brings me soup when I'm sick, who rubs my feet after long shoots, who tells me I'm beautiful when I don't feel like it." That's not a storyline. That's real. Chapter 9. From Villains to Victorious. In the end, Serene says their love story is a lesson in giving people second chances, not just in romance, but in life. "We were both written off," she said. "Brendan for Paradise. Me for not getting the happy ending people expected. But together, they built something stronger. Today, they host small dinner parties with no influencers invited. They walk their dog, Olive, through Central Park. They journal. They unplug. They plan for a future built in quiet resilience. And though they may never be Bachelor Nation's golden couple, they might just be the realest one." Final word. A love story that never needed a rose. Serene Russell may have walked away from The Bachelor without a ring, but she's walking into something far deeper now. "Brendan didn't promise me fireworks," she said, eyes glossy. "He promised me peace, and he's delivered every day since." And in a world obsessed with drama, perhaps the greatest plot twist of all is this: they fell in love off camera.